Just tell me when.
I think we are live.
Great. Hi everyone. My name is Christine. I'm a senior keeper here at Birds World. But more importantly, this is Humphrey, our male Andean condor. Oh, no. Humphrey, come here. And today, we're going live to celebrate International Vulture Day. So I'm going to start by doing a little bit of training with Humphrey, and then we're just going to learn some cool facts about condors. You target. Good boy. Target. You target. Good boy. So we train our condors at the zoo to make their care easier. So with this target stick, I can ask Humphrey to go anywhere along the mesh, and I can get a good look at him if he has an injury or something like that. If we need to give him medicine, it just makes them be a participant in their own health care. Humphrey, can you station? Good boy. The station is a board that I can put anywhere in the exhibit and ask him to come to, so kind of along the same lines as the target. He'll come to it and I can get a good look at him, his eyes, his body, his feet. Family. So if you can see, he has a really long neck that he can stretch out and a really strong, sharp beak that they use to eat dead things in the wild. Here at the zoo, we feed them a kind of ground meat diet, and he will get bones during the week. And he's also getting beef heart and cut up mice today for our live show. Humphrey is a very food-motivated bird, where Inti, our female, she could kind of care less. One thing I really like about condors is that they all have different personalities. So Humphrey is quite enthusiastic, and he wants to know what you're doing, what you have, if you have something that he might like.
So we've had a question.
Okay.
Leslie has asked, do they ever get to fly?
They do. So condors are the second heaviest bird that can fly. The heaviest is the Cory bustard. So it takes a lot of energy and effort to fly. They do fly in their exhibit, especially on windy days. So what they do in the wild is they actually use the thermals in the Andes Mountains to soar. And it helps them save energy. They don't have to do a lot of flapping, and they just kind of ride the thermals, to get where they need to go. If they don't have to fly, they won't. So Humphrey has about a 10-foot wingspan. He might do wing. Humphrey. Wing. Well, he did not do the wing behavior, but he showed you his wings anyways. Let's do a target. So we actually, you target? Target? Good boy. So like I said earlier, condors are members of the vulture family, and their main source of food is things that are dead. So that's why they and the rest of the vultures in the world are extremely important. They help keep, sometimes if I have different things that I'm using, I just tell him good. That's a verbal bridge as well. So I can do a whole kind of session not talking, but that doesn't often happen. Humphrey station. Good boy.
And I notice we're training with a barrier in between
Yes.
us. Do the keepers here ever go in with our condors?
We do not go in to the same space with Humphrey. He has a space that he goes into when we need to go inside the exhibit. Kind of what I talked about earlier with each condor has a different personality. Humphrey's personality is he wants to know what you're doing, what you have, and just to keep ourselves safe and him safe, we don't share the same kind of area with him. Our female condor, we usually go in with multiple people. She's usually not too interested in what we're doing or what we have, but every condor is different. So we just adapt to that.
So what's your favorite thing about Humphrey?
My favorite thing, so when I first started working here, he was 8. And I've got to see him grow and transform into a juvenile, into a mature male. And it's been funny to see how he's changed in certain ways and how he stayed the same. I like that he, you know, he can be goofy sometimes. He loves to have things on top of him. He's really trying very hard to show everybody his wings. He likes to have things on top of the back of his neck. It's just something that he likes. So he'll lay down and he'll have sticks on top of him, or you know, toys. So he's kind of goofy, but he's also become quite a good partner for Inti, our female. So it's been really nice to kind of see their relationship take flight, if you will. And he can be really affectionate towards her, which he wasn't always, and she will be receptive to his affections, which she wasn't always. So it's nice to see them get along and learn how to be condors together.
So are condors endangered in the wild?
They are. So unfortunately, like I was talking about earlier, oh, you heard something. They are endangered. A lot of ranchers in the Andes Mountains will see them as a threat to their stock, their livestock, their cows, their sheep. And if one dies of natural causes and all the condors are gathered around eating it, they will think that the condors, banded together to kill their animal, and they will poison a carcass. Also, condor feathers are seen as kind of items that are lucky. If you sleep with a condor pillow, if you sleep with a condor feather underneath your pillow, you won't have nightmares, different things like that. And they live a long time, so they can be 60, even 70 in both captivity and in the wild. And they don't start reproducing until they're about 12. So they live really long times. They don't reproduce quickly. They only have one chick a year. So the going is slow. Humphrey, come back.
And we've also had a question about how Andean condors socialize. So are they in pairs, families, groups?
So they are social in the way that they will all gather together around a food source. Usually the bigger condors, the older condors will kind of bully the younger ones out of the way. But they do pair up for mating, and they tend to stick together for life, not always. And in that kind of case, they are social.
Awesome. Well, I think we have run out of time for our live. Would you like to say anything about World Vulture Day or Humphrey?
Well, if you guys come to the Franklin Park Zoo and you come to the Birds World building, right across from it is a large flight cage where you can see Humphrey and Inti for yourself. And vultures are awesome. They help keep our world clean, so we need to help keep them around.
All right. Thank you very much. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and then we can get those answered for you as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye, Humphrey. Bye, Humphrey.